James says he was born ready, so we're live.
Wait, you started it?
Welcome, yeah, okay. Welcome to episode, sorry.
I'm funny. Alright.
Welcome to episode 32 of On Target Talks.
Episode number 32.
Yes.
10 episodes away from the meaning of, maybe not even meaning of life, but the meaning of Airsoft.
Sure.
Yes,
I get the joke.
The episode should be like the meaning of Airsoft on number 42. So stay tuned.
The issue is no one will get it. Like, I get the joke, but people won't. But either way.
Airsofters are nerds, you'd be surprised.
This is true. So, this stream, if you missed it last week, is where you're taking this week to talk about our Crazy 8 event, AAR. If you went to it, tune in. If you didn't, still tune in. We have a lot to show you.
Maybe you feel bad about the fact that you missed it.
Yeah, right? Seriously. Yeah, we wanted to collect all the media and stuff. James collected some cool YouTube videos people put up. Did you find any like Instagram pictures or anything like that?
I believe Dan has a few when he comes up.
Beautiful.
So
yeah, you'll notice Dan is in here right at the moment. He is not invisible. He's actually not here. He will be here very shortly. He's just finishing up Zing out the store because we had gaming today.
Geez, there's like a whole conversation in YouTube. I just logged into.
Remember when I said, hey, you should look at the YouTube chat like 10 minutes ago because we're late? Sorry about that.
Well, to be fair, my computer wasn't connected to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they all say. Yeah, exactly. That's what they all say.
But like I said, sorry we're late. It was gaming today. It got pushed a little bit, but we're here now, so enjoy.
Yeah,
but
we have a couple cool videos to show you, which is why the reason that we're late.
Right.
But we have to go over.
See, I was just trying to throw it at gaming, so it wasn't our fault. Now you gave away we weren't prepared thing.
Well, it's due to gaming.
But first, of course, we have our announcements and such.
Quick question: can Dean blow down the hallway here?
I'd rather not at the moment.
No,
it comes through. I listened to one of our streams. It comes through the thing real bad.
Push room.
Okay.
Just like that.
So that was the voice of Dan. He'll be back in a moment.
Yes. So to all those asking where is Chuckles, he is en route.
Yes.
We're just, like I said, the reason why we're late. Well, not lately,
yeah,
but
get the point,
it's later. Yeah. The reason why Dan's in here is because we have gaming, and that's how things work here at Extreme.
Yep.
But yeah, so last weekend, or 2 weeks ago at this point, I guess, right? Yes, we had...
a week and 2 days ago.
Oh, yes, so, okay, a week ago then, that's what I was asking about. A week ago we had the Crazy 8 event. If you guys went there, tell us in the comments, tell us what you thought about it. Because
so how we can make it better next year so you guys have more fun.
Exactly, and the crazy thing is, we had people come up to us as they were leaving and be like, you guys nailed it again. Like, I didn't think you'd be able to pull it off this many years in a row, but I had several customers, at least 5 or 6, be like, you guys did an amazing job.
Nice.
Really cool day, and I could never take credit for this. It's such a community effort, a community effort, through old employees such as Des, who's still essentially
here for some reason.
Yeah, still here for some reason doing the podcast.
Too much in the place.
Yeah, like if you did the lights, this was all the brainchild of Des and I. We spent many late nights here getting all this going, talking, just
figuring it out.
It was crazy.
And there's so much more to come, and we're going to be taking the middle of the stream to really show you a real before and after of what this field looked like before we started. We filmed it today, but we put back all the old lighting and what it looks like now. And we're going to tell you a lot of the really cool stuff that's coming up. I can't give you exact dates of when these things will be installed, but expect sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
But before we go on to all of that, with this event, we had some amazing sponsors and people come out. And James is going to take a minute to really thank these guys.
Yeah.
Beyond incredible, especially shout out to Z-Shot too.
Oh yeah. So super shout out to Z-Shot. They send out some awesome prizes. Sadly, they were unable to come down due to a few changes in the company. Like they recently changed.
Either way, it doesn't matter. They weren't able to come down.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're just business stuff, so they weren't able to come down. And then, and let's see, so to go over the people that weren't able to make it, but still sent us prizes. NC Star, thank you. I think that's John from NC Star. Actually, no, it's now Graham. I got that right. So Graham from NC Star.
John, if you don't know, don't say it.
John was my old rep. Anyways, and it was right before the event they changed. Anyways, things that the viewers don't care about. So thank you, Graham from NC Star, Hendrix from Jag Precision for sending us over one of the brand new Jag scatter guns.
You know, I'll be honest, those blew my expectations away.
Those scatter guns are
Like,
awesome.
You know,
Like
usually,
$200,
I don't usually like TM clones, but God,
they're really nice.
I
and
can't
for
believe the price.
Point.
I was
The
like,
price point.
when you told me after the talks, I was like, okay, this is going to be a little lackluster. And they came in, and I was like, what?
Yeah, and
I really, and honestly, I wanted to have one on the podcast today, but they also
exactly. Yeah, so we had 8 in stock, and we sold every single one of them within about an hour and a half. That's how popular they were.
I brought an 80.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I should have brought an 80. So expect a real hot restock on just about every single Jag Scatter that they made.
Oh, those scatter guns were gone.
Yeah. Oh,
Everyone was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Chuckles. Hi, I do stuff here.
So we're doing some thank yous. Let's see. So right now
I just did that hallway in like 10 seconds. I was like, done.
Getting a freaking workout. Let's see. There's just so many.
Who have we thanked so far?
Z-Shot as
ASG
well
sent
as
anything over?
yes, actually that was next. Thank
Maybe
you.
they'll tune in.
So yeah, Harrison, I know you like to watch the podcast as well. Hopefully it's not past your bedtime. Actually, you're in California. You have no excuse. Harrison from ASG, thank you for sending out. He sent out an SPO1 Shadow as well as
What's that exactly?
That's the CZ. It's
CZ75.
It's the full metal. Yes,
That's
basically
cool.
CZ75.
That's grain gas or CO2. That
Yeah.
thing it's probably one of the most comfortable pistols ever. Like the grips on it are just really nice.
Yeah. Let's see who else there was. There's just so many. What's up? I guess we're on Snapchat as well.
Yeah.
Always.
Add us on Snapchat.
I'm just losing it. See, there's just so many. Let's see. Who else was there?
Probably. I don't.
Anyways, as they come to me, I'll spit them out. But I'd like to thank the people, most importantly, that came out the day of. Real hot shout out to Cliff from Unrex and Elite Force. Elite Force came through with Cliff. If you guys don't know Cliff, he is like the man from Elite Force. Really cool guy. So thank you.
I really wish I could. I was so sad I couldn't be here.
Yeah.
To hang out with all these guys.
Yeah, that is kind of sad. Because it was awesome. Rob from Vulcan, thank you for showing up, giving out some. Also, thank you for the raffle items, Cliff. Also, Rob from Vulcan, thank you for the fantastic raffle items. And also on the Vulcan, thank you P90 Girl for coming out.
Oh yeah.
P90 Girl, like
she's always chill.
The way the Vulcan does like their special players. The Bobby Wolves, also thank you for coming out. So Bobby Wolves is the New England area guy.
Okay,
and
cool.
And so Vulcan was like, okay, yeah. So like, if for this event we'd like to have Bobby Wolves out there since that's his region. Like he's like they're trying to get him to be a celebrity in the area.
Yeah.
Cool. P90 Girl isn't from this area, but she still comes
Where's she
up.
from? I don't remember.
She's got like in the Georgia area.
Damn.
Yeah, and she still came up. This isn't her territory, but she loves us, and she came up. So P90 Girl, we love you. You were the coolest girl.
Yeah, it's funny. A couple of people that we're playing recon with on Saturday. When Alex was down here, he's like, "Yeah, I was looking at Instagram the other day, and all these like people I follow. I was like, wait, they're in Rhode Island on Extreme.
Yeah,
you didn't even know they were coming up.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's awesome. Thank you, Jet and Leah, for coming out. I know they had a really bad flight. They got in at like midnight on like Thursday night, Friday morning. Yeah, so that was rough. So thank you guys for coming out. PTS, thank you so much, Gregory Wong.
Yes.
Greg Wong for my man.
For a mistake last time.
Yeah. So every time a little fun fact, every time Greg has come out all 2 times, I've messed up his travel plans in some minor form, and he still comes out and has a great time, and he promises that he doesn't hate me, so thank you, Greg Wong, for not hating me. Let's see who else came out. G&G, thank you, Charlie from G&G coming out, all the way from California. It was real awesome seeing you guys. Also for the raffle prizes, thank you for those. Titman, thank you, Carlos, and who's the other guy? I forget the other. Yes, Carlos.
It was Andy and Carlos.
Thank you, Andy. That's right, because Andy Yoshida. Because the name always mixes me up because you expect an Asian name. But thank you guys for coming out, raffling off a Titman.
Dude.
Yeah, whatever.
You already talked about G&G?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
I went over them. Thank you so much for them. Titman. What?
P-Star?
P-Star, yep, I was getting to them. Polar Star, so they raffled off of F1 Jack.
That's pretty sweet.
That was awesome.
They're just unbelievable.
It's so awesome. So yeah, Ron came
they're
up.
so amazing.
Actually, real quick tangent before I go back to talking about everyone. So Ron came up and he's like, hey James, I need to see the regulators that we sent you because we got the brand new MRS regulators. They finished building them and they drove them up with them.
Yeah. Ben was telling me, and I was
and he's like, hey man, I think I'm gonna have to kill someone in production because I think they put the wrong O-rings in. And he personally went through all 8 of the regulators and was like, yeah, 2 of these have the improper O-rings. I'm going to take these back with me and send you out the fixed versions of them.
He did.
Yeah, and then
that's like Tuesday to day.
He delivered them like into the store. He was like, oh, here you guys go. He's like, I'll just put these in the shirt. He put them in the showcase for us.
That is literally
Polar Star.
Polar Star.
So
they brought up some cool prototypes too.
So actually, I don't know what they brought.
So busy.
I was so busy that day, I didn't even get to see what most of the guys were showing off. I did see, what is it, that M1919 is, what is it?
Ascent.
Well,
Right.
They had a Polar Star M19.
It's like a 40 cal, I think is what it is.
30.
Oh, the 30 cal?
Yeah.
Right.
It's the World War II 30 cal was pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
This
Yeah,
one's
so
in
they
there.
had
Boomerangs
that.
raffle that off.
Is this from?
Yeah, looks like it's the whole album.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect, because it's on the camera. I can just
Yeah, let's see. All right, there's so many more. So who else came out? Jeez, I mean, we got Vulcan, Elite Force, G&G, Polar Star, Titan, PTS. I think that's just about everyone that came out.
I
Am I
think
maybe
so.
missing anyone?
Unless Total Respawn.
Oh, yes.
of course. That
Thank
thing's
you.
so cool.
That's right, because he was in the other room. So if you guys got a chance to play the augmented reality game, also Palco. Thank you for also tying the augmented reality and Palco together. Palco sent out a pistol for the raffle, or actually it wasn't for the raffle.
Oh, okay.
It was actually, they sent it
Like the
out.
winner,
Yeah,
right?
whoever won that game has won that really nice PT92 from Taurus.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so it's the silver one with the wood grips,
Yep.
really pretty. And if you got to play that game, you knew that it was $5 to get you a 5-minute game. And if you had the top score, you won a $110 pistol.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's really
so
cool.
it was really cool. So thank you, Mark from Total Respawn.
And
you guys don't,
if you go back on our YouTube channel or Facebook,
You'll
Facebook's
find
gonna be a
the
little harder to
live
find.
stream
We actually had a stream that he joined us on and talked about the whole system. It's really, really cool. So if you want to learn a little more about the Total Respawn system, if you didn't get to play, or if you did play and want to hear more about it, go back. It was. Do you remember what episode it was?
I couldn't
Yeah,
tell
no
you.
idea.
There's too many. They just put together at this point.
Yeah, a few episodes back. Just look at our playlist and you'll see it. No problem.
Hell
So,
yeah. Let's see. All right. So we covered everyone that was here. I'm definitely missing 1 or 2 that didn't come out. That,
Like companies?
Yeah. Let's see. There's just so many. I mean, if you guys saw my list of people to thank, it's insane. So thank you everyone that came out. If there's any more, I'll be sure to rattle you off and let you know.
Any of the celebs did you name?
Yeah, I got it. Also, of course, I cannot forget Twitch from Airsoft C3, the Airsoft ambassador.
Did you
Thank
get
you for
Jet
coming
and
out. Yeah, I got
I
it.
was like, forget Jet and Leah.
Yep, no, I can't forget Jen and Leah.
Alright, thanks.
These guys are the superstars. And also, thank you, Charles, for bringing Tim the Plastic Vader.
That was my boy Tim. He was cool.
That was, I mean, I like a lot of the celebrities. They're all some very cool guys. You know, they have, if you ever talk to them and you get to a conversation that's not Airsoft, because believe it or not, they love not talking about Airsoft. That is their job. And if you ever talk to these guys about anything non-Airsoft related, they all have some really cool, just characteristics about them. They're all really cool characters. But by far, and I'm not picking favorites, but Tim, Plastic Vader, that guy was the coolest guy. I thought he was super funny.
And it's not
really
only because
cool.
of the Pickle Rick patch.
And it's definitely not because of his Pickle Rick patch that I was very jealous of. Big reveal, Morty. But I mean, he was really cool. Like I know it was right afterwards. We had like a little party. I sat down next to him. Immediately, I was just like, this guy's really cool. Super easy to talk to. So
cool.
You definitely. I would love to see you back, Tim. If you're watching, if you do watch these, I'd love to see you back.
Nice.
And I think that is just about it. Don't kill me if I forgot to, because there's a lot going up on in here. But
yeah.
I'll get to you if I did.
So let's go into some of the media we collected, and these are actual pictures we took, and then we'll hit up like Instagram, YouTube videos, shit like that, or stuff like that. I apologize. And you guys were the ones there. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it, so I'll let you guys talk about the event. Like, what were your favorite parts of the day?
all of Umarex Elite Force, all of their cool stuff. Like they brought. I was lucky enough that when I got to go get some food, I was like, I'm gonna slip over and see what Cliff has in store. So yeah, I think I have someone snapped a pic of the stuff. It should be.
Just to be clear, they raffled off.
That was one. Initially, they said one of the prizes we had was the full size caliber, the Avalon. That was the first one we got. So then I was talking to Lenny, and he was like, "Yeah, Cliff's setting up a Polar Star 416C. He said a KWA G36. He said an HK45.
Dude, this right here is like
and
a $500.
And wasn't there a UMP gas blowback as well? Or
I don't
am
think
thinking
so.
it's on- Okay.
You're probably tripping.
That gun alone is like an $800 gun.
Yeah, easy.
That's like, it's insane. He's like, yeah, just bring it up.
I was not ready when Lenny said that. I was like,
Excuse me?
What?
Yeah, I was
Like,
Well, there's a good look.
that
at
was
it.
baller.
Watching
So
the stream.
I had to get some people hyped up. I was like, yo, who wants to win a raffle prize? And who didn't want to win a Polar Star 416, bro?
This
that
kid-
looks...
This kid's confused.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. If you're watching the
Hunter.
stream.
Sorry, Hunter. But yeah, so... There were a
There's
lot,
a lot of people.
There's a lot of photos of, like, the same thing.
I actually haven't gone through these photos personally yet.
Oh,
so-
you should go to the Facebook album, because I have a lot of... I took out a lot of ones.
Oh, you
that
did?
were just so extra.
Okay. I'll go ahead and close this.
But it was pretty cool. So as I was saying, Elite Force, I mean, they had their table. They had a lot of cool stuff. Like Cliff brought some goodies. I was like, so you brought out all the Avalons and the Amiibos, which are cool, as per the usual, you know. But he brought a bunch of new stuff, or stuff that they hadn't really released yet.
Those
But
are
we're
the best
going
ones.
to?
What were the, are the MCRs? With the MOSFET middle body AEGs, they're not like that.
Yeah, the
$210 price point.
yeah, those ones. I think he had one, and those things like are just dropping now. Like they're pretty new. Let's see, what else did he bring? The MP5 SD6 or SD whatever.
Oh, what's up, Greg Wong? Just like the Facebook podcast. What's up, Greg? Give you a shout out a few minutes back. Also, but since you're watching, thank you for coming out.
Thanks, Greg. Oh, Greg was
Love you.
watching?
Yeah, we just liked it 2 minutes ago. So I'm hoping
okay.
he's still watching.
I hope so. Special love. But it's one of their competition MP5s, so it's still really nice. But it's the suppressed one, and I just love the look of it, and it felt really good. Wasn't wobbly at the front end at all. Let's see. It should be an album. Under the photos.
What you looking for there?
Okay.
Just keep
So anyways,
all the
there was
cool
that.
stuff.
They had the tan Beretta APXs, which are really interesting. They had the full black 1911 TAC, which was, and they did one that was silver too, kind of, and that was really just cool. Yeah, your boy, holla at them. Osprey suppressors, which are always out of stock, but we always get them.
Yeah,
Raffle
review of my
prizes. Z-Shot.
Tactical man.
Yeah, Z-Shot
This
says
is
some
good. He's
awesome
like, we're calling it
prizes.
in. What else did they bring? They brought that new wild card, the CO2 revolver that's shorter and it's black. Looks really nice.
Awesome.
I'm trying to look. They have a
Just
CO2,
look at this.
a CO2 USP 45.
Thank you.
That chrono's in like 335 or something. Full blowback.
Dig.
Muy nice.
What?
So a lot of that stuff was
What?
cool.
Hey, we've been good so far.
And Timon was like renting out, was letting kids go and use
Oh yeah.
Timon's like all day. So you'd have
Yeah,
people
they
come
just
out there
give them
like,
a Tippmann gun and just be like, yeah, go try it out for a game or two. Let us know what
yeah,
you think.
and it's crazy. If you haven't used a Tippmann before, we do the Tippmann rental. It's worth the extra $20 if you rent. Like, please just do it. It's so good.
There's
It's
so many
so
great
good.
faces of me.
It's
too.
satisfaction. XL Burst. Those guys won the XL Burst grenades from Z-Shot.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that was
Looks
their
so full of
that was their
energy.
SR16 with the URX rail. Pretty
A little
swag.
fun fact about like 5 minutes after that picture was taken, I was sitting on the couch talking to Greg Wong, and I got up because we were going to do the last part of the raffle, and I got up and I did one of those like,
Just
wait, where am I?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like how did I get up here? I'm standing up now. It was one of those like it just all rushed to my head. I'm like, I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed.
James, if you didn't know, I had to cut a lot of them because there were a lot of duplicate photos that were pretty similar. But like the faces got more intense. And I
was just so tired. I'm like, screw it. Might as well have fun with this.
yeah, I was just like, oh, hello there.
Wait, we have to go back. Look at my pecs.
He's like, oh, look at this. And he's like, here you go.
Hello there.
And I was, hello there. And that's my boy
This is now the
Stan.
pictures of James stream if
We
you
got
haven't
it.
realized.
My boy Stan won. Oh, there's more than
See, oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Stan, he won that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he didn't win that, but
He won the
that
Euro
whole Euro Expert.
So
that
then
was
we have the
awesome.
Franchi from ASG.
These things are cool.
Yeah, they are cool. They're the clever girl model. The damn.
So this is mostly just. I assume these pictures are mostly just the.
The winnings.
No, I'm saying this is just the raffle.
Yes,
Is it
yeah,
the whole
yeah.
event or just the raffle?
It has photos from the whole event.
Okay.
It might be a little mixed up.
Yeah, the way that Facebook uploads them.
It was really weird. So these
yeah,
guys won a
weird.
lot. This is the Shadow, the
So
CZ75.
these kids collectively spent several $100s on raffle tickets. I
Check
don't
they
know.
made it back.
They won like
Yeah, and so just wait. So I'm not going to tell you what they won, but you're going to see their faces pop up, and they made a lot of people angry.
they won too much.
At the end of the night, Mike, the guy on the left, one of my bosses, Mike, the man in the background, at one point, after these kids kept winning, he's like, hey, who you guys betting on for the fight? Because it was also the same night as the McGregor fight.
Right.
And,
Oh, that's a great
Die sent us a mask.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yes, Die sent us an
Love
I4.
Die.
I knew
Love
it.
Die.
I knew it.
I
Thank
wanna
you,
die.
Devin
Me
from
too.
Die. I want to
wanna
die. Devin from Die, thank you for sending out the I4s. Also, thank you for
There was
having great
Tim,
fast
my boy
shipping.
Plastic Gator. He had
Yes,
a bunch of hop-up shirts. So if you
Alright.
didn't know, he's a hop-up ambassador. So if you had any questions, they're still kind of.
So why don't you
fledgling.
explain what hop-up ambassador
So
is?
hop-up, it means that you're someone who kind of represents the brand, but you're also like, if people are like, oh my god, what is that? You're like an advocate kind of for that. So if you ever had any questions, you could definitely have like walked up to my boy and talked about it. But if you don't know what hop-up is, it's a really good app if you have a bunch of stuff you want to sell, but like at your own price rather than like, someone made a meme of that.
I
one.
love this picture.
Someone made a meme of that, it was Sean, and it says, when you don't have a barrel sock on or something. Or
Yeah. Fantastic.
And Mike put a bunch of stickers on me, so that LMT sticker on my shoulder was just one. Like, I didn't notice until he had like 3 on my back.
No, that was actually from Palco.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that's a classic army scar, but that was also Palco.
okay, cool.
What?
Very pretty scar right there.
All right.
Isn't that just a Cybergun scar?
Well, it's Cybergun, but it's
Oh
made
yeah,
by
I was about to
Classic
say
Army.
like it's
Oh,
the BSC-416
okay, but it's
Boomerex.
Yeah, it's OEM. Okay. Alright.
Oh, there's Mark.
So there's a bunch of
and,
mix.
That's one of the Polar Star guys. He's one of the newer ones.
Oh,
right?
man.
I'm sorry, back from Polar Star.
Sorry, bro. I forgot.
Sorry, guys. Apologies.
And I did. And
This
I,
is one of the
Yes.
most amazing shotguns ever.
Yeah, so
Fine.
there's the Jag shotgun, the scatter gun, and just keep going.
all of the
Jesus.
faces.
With that, just,
Like,
So,
if you
I
guys
think-
get the chance, just meme every photo.
I just want to point out, I think James is the one who went through the pictures here and deleted
No,
them. So I think he just likes pictures.
No, I did. I
No.
needed to have as many funny photos of James's face as possible. But
Okay.
I didn't
Oh,
get through all of them.
yeah,
Okay,
look
there
who
you
won.
go. There you
Who
go.
won that one?
That's awesome.
That's not even where it gets good.
There's
Your boy
Charlie from
Charlie.
G&G. So I don't know if he's actually from Boston, if he just puts the Boston Red Sox hat on, but either way, thank you for repping the
I
whole
love
team.
it.
Yeah, right? Hey, I feel like I do that. Like, you know,
Right.
you go to, it's not like he's like, as long as he's not a Yankees fan, first of
Oh,
all.
I think we're back at the beginning, huh? No.
No, these are still
It's
the
like,
teams
yeah,
he likes.
it was kind of, yeah.
But like, you know, I would never go down as a representative from some company wearing a Boston Red Sox hat down in New York. You're bet your ass I'm putting on a Yankees
Yeah,
hat.
right?
Just don't tell my family.
Charlie was like out of nowhere. He like we were all just waiting for the photo. I saw him at the corner of my eye, like jump in
Oh, I
at the
love
last
this.
second, take a photo. He's so funny.
These guns are
Firehawks, yeah, that kid was pretty stoked.
They shoot so loud.
He just bought a G.
That
He
sword
bought. He had
barrel,
bought
yeah.
a G&G too. Was like, I did buy one online. I was like, you go, kid.
Just return it.
Yeah, that one. That was the SRS
Hello.
in 10, which are actually it looks.
I haven't even seen most of these pictures yet, which is the best part. So this is a new experience.
Oh yeah, this is
for
new to me.
This,
as well.
yeah, that guy and his
Okay, cool.
yeah, and I think it was his son won another one.
Oh, what's
This
this gun?
also helped
So
me.
Titman.
That's Titman.
Raffled
Oh,
off a
okay.
Titman.
Hell yeah.
I think they had already gotten it.
Oh, I'm dabbing.
So they,
Well,
they,
it's a
were,
wrap.
they were Carlos and
That the guy that won at Titman was like, I've wanted a Titman for years. Like he was so
that's the
ecstatic
best.
to win.
That's the best person
Yeah.
to win. I love that.
That's the best. So then Jen Leah, so HK45.
Here, I'll just keep cycling through these, but you guys want to talk about the event in terms of like gameplay and all that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah. So I gotta give a shout out to
a little more professional.
Yeah, I was gonna say never. Oh, is my okay? We're still in the corner, but even still, I'll be very professional. And so, first, I want to give a huge shout out to one of our very own staff members, Wyatt. He stepped up as the new gaming manager this past weekend. It was kind of a trial by fire. I think all the managers
That's how we
here.
do shit here.
Yeah, I mean,
That's kind of
myself, Dan, and now Wyatt. If you become a manager here, it's because you were given responsibility, and about 24 hours after that responsibility was given to you, you were slammed in some way. It was crazy, and Wyatt had the Crazy 8 event to deal with on his first weekend of being the manager, and he did an outstanding job. I had 0 complaints from players. A few complaints about space, but I went out there, just talked to Wyatt, but I came in, I noticed a few people are running short on space, and then within 10 minutes, everything was
Does that look familiar?
And we had space to accommodate for another 20 players.
Oh, cool.
So Wyatt was very good at delegating, so excellent job. If you're watching, I know he's not here, you're in Colorado, but thank you again, Wyatt, for the amazing job you did. So gaming was fantastic. One thing that you may have noticed if you were here is that we didn't have any music at all during the game.
Okay.
That's an amiibo.
I know, but who's it?
Boomerang.
Oh, that's Boomerangs, yes.
My bad.
And one thing that you may have noticed is that we now have sounds in the field, and a little bit later we're actually going to be playing a video
That's
of a
a
walkthrough
That's a
highlighting all the
KWA
sounds.
G36. So those ones are.
So what we had done was we turned off all of the light or all the music to help emphasize the experience. You know, and that's actually what our product
That guy won the
spotlight.
Amoeba and that G36.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like 2 in a row, right? Something like that.
For a second, Greg in the back was like, faded.
Yeah.
But keep going.
You gotta watch this one. You gotta see who.
And so our bullseye pick, our product spotlight of this week is actually going to be the player's experience. Yes, and those kids won.
They won.
They walked out with about over $1,000
They
in
made it
retail
out.
product.
They made it
That
out.
was like
They
the
made it
best
out
thing
like
ever.
famous.
So I think that was their
people were
first
yelling
time.
like, "Oh, it's
That was their
racist,
first
it's
time here, but they were pretty stoked.
But yeah,
They should be more fun.
overall it was crazy. So if you guys like gaming, I'm monitoring the comments.
There's one for Friday night, a whole hour.
You know, just let me know how you thought gaming was. But everyone that went there was like, guys, this is a completely different field. Dan, would you agree that everyone we talked to, like, as players are leaving towards the end of the day, we're like, hey guys, what'd you think of it? Like, how'd you like? And just about everyone we asked about the field said it was insane.
Yeah, they were super. They loved all of the changes. They were really amazed. They were like, it feels completely different. Like, it's a completely different experience, which was what we were going for. It's the whole just another layer that it's just trying to layer on more aspects.
And here's some shots from Jet's Facebook page of the field. But I mean, these are with all the lights on. We're going to do a walkthrough video in a minute, and you really get a good view of all this. So this is from Friday?
Yep.
Yes,
Friday. As we were scrambling to finish everything,
Oh,
as per usual.
It wouldn't. There's my man Cliff.
Yeah, your boy.
Love those Avalons.
Your boy.
Just night and day between them and the Cries. They're beating.
Oh yeah, those Avalons. You know, so we're all going to that Autumn Justice game that you guys saw highlighted on last week's podcast, and my PTW wasn't working, and I was this close to buying an Avalon.
You're welcome.
First of all, thank you to us for figuring out what the issue was. I thought it was something pretty easy. But I was like, man, I need to get a backup. And the first thing I thought of was an Avalon. I was like,
if you want a pro line gun right off the bat,
So for our viewers, it's not quite ready yet, but this gun you see right here mounted in the back of the truck is actually a t-shirt cannon. And
so
a functioning one.
T-shirts at you during the game.
Probably more for raffles than during the game.
Yeah.
But
massive thing.
But we launched a t-shirt from where the dirt lot is to like the back of the parking lot, and that's like 250 feet.
Yeah,
so
quite the shot.
We'd probably turn it down so we don't break rib cages, but it's
yay!
Yeah, that's all part of the fun.
But yeah, it's super cool.
To give you size reference.
Yeah.
It was Leah on it.
Oh yeah. And so they took some fantastic photos.
Yeah, they
as
did
it was
really
going
good
through.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, it was right
Beyond
there.
thanks.
Yeah. So
to this
Elijah.
guy.
So
Elijah.
if you
Oh my
guys
God.
see, you'll probably see the City Hall and a few other features, especially the one that we
vault.
have. Yes, the vault.
The vault
Good,
door.
good catch in the vault. This fire truck. there is this guy, our favorite contractor. We really only hire one contractor whenever we need things done because the level of work that he does. And this is my man Elijah.
He's an artist with wood.
Yes, he's truly is an artist. He's very talented. You guys know how long it took him? Well, you guys probably know. For the viewers, I don't have the patience to wait for you to tell me how long you think he built this.
And I wish we had a better shot. Well, you'll see in the video. This is 3D. This isn't just painting.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh
just
yeah,
like
no,
it's
that's not
there.
a painting. That's truly 3D. He did it by stacking plywood on top of each other to create these 3D effects. He did that in about 2 hours. Minus the paint, we painted it, but he did that from zero in about 2 hours. You'll probably
tell me I'm like, what?
Yeah, and that's something that would take someone like a day and a half of work.
If not more.
Yeah, if not more. And were there any pictures of the vault in there?
There weren't, but we had that. We had that in the walkthrough, so it's okay.
Yeah, and so you'll see.
It's not like we had a massive field and a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, that's all good. Okay, whatever. But even still, my man Elijah, you are so clutch for coming through those few days before the event. Really, all like we especially have to thank Lenny and Danielle.
Just how packed
Mike,
this place was.
and of course all the owners, the bosses, everyone all the
This
time.
was the 19. Sorry.
Yeah, finish and then we'll talk.
Yeah, and thank you, Lenny. I'm sure you're watching whatever you're doing. This literally could not. If one person didn't do what they did, this event would not have happened in the way it did. Everyone here played such a key piece. It's impossible to say that one person did more work than another because everyone did an equal part to contribute to what this weekend was.
It was good.
It was fantastic.
So shout out to all the staff.
Yeah.
But now,
big shout out to the staff. Real stuff. This is the 1919 Bipolar Star.
Yeah.
In the background is my board
swag.
Damn.
Yeah. It was
I saw this thing or parts of this thing when I stopped by Polar Star last year, and
It's still not ready for production, is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, and they've been making that for like 2 years.
Well, because the issue is, I guess
Polar
they needed
Star.
the source part, because Ben and his perfectionism, which is why I love Polar Star, and they've been trying to source a real one, parts of a real one, so they could make it as realistic as possible.
And they can't find
That
out.
thing would be heavy.
Yeah, I think that's what he was saying to me. Again,
But he was
the
pretty-
number of
he was
people
pretty
out
lit.
here. Oh,
P90 girl, National Guard came. Rock
thanks
ball.
to them, yes.
Yes,
They brought the rock ball, and they
Very
brought
good.
an APC, which was pretty hardcore. I've been to the.
Those
you
guys
can
are like
go
rock
in.
stars when they roll up.
You gotta-
see
they
a
were.
couple of the photos. Oh, you got it right there. Yeah.
There were some photos of them rolling up. They're all their heads are at the top, and they're just got their shades on. They're just
The thing is, this is the coolest day of the year for them.
Yeah.
They're just
Everyone's
hell
just
yeah.
they're the best people in the world.
Yeah,
was cool.
they're among friends. If you could say it like that, this military airsoft.
Everyone
Everyone.
respects them.
Yep. And also
There you go.
Eddie's Barbecue. Thank you for coming out and
That's
providing
another one.
the best barbecue food for under
Hawaiian
$8
gems.
you've ever had. Really great.
Whoops. Went too
Really
far.
great.
what? Oh.
I went too far, and the UMP thing came up.
Oh, the UP thing.
There are some. There aren't a lot of on-field photos from Friday night.
YouTube
But
links to
Yeah. All right. And so you guys want to just go over, let's see, I don't know. I guess if you guys in the comments, tell us what your favorite part. I mean, Charles
for
said
real.
gaming was off
Yeah.
the freaking chains. And then Ryan, one of our employees, also gave a shout out to Wyatt. Actually, Wyatt and Charles gave a shout out to Wyatt, so I'm sure you.
I'll give a shout out to Ryan because he was doing the event. He
Oh,
had,
yeah, Ryan
He
did-
got. I don't remember what
By
it
the end
was.
of the day,
but
he was
got-
limping because
Well,
he hurt his
Yeah,
leg or something.
he got hurt at
and he
his
just
other
trooped
job,
through it.
and he was just.
one with the time code.
He did a really good job sticking through. So proud of my boy. So good on him for sticking it through to the end because he just kept pressing on, even though he was at one point he was like, yeah, my leg, you have 10 minutes to go. I'm like, go home. I'm like, stop being here.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I was just like, all right, you guys, you need to go home, man. It's no good having people who hurt themselves.
Right.
Yeah, so good to him. And the rest of the staff for running it. I didn't have a single, in the store. I had players filtering in and out.
Do you want to
But I
tell
did
how
not
many
hear
players we had?
Didn't have a
Crazy.
single complaint about it.
yeah.
So
What's crazy is we had 165 players that day.
That's awesome.
When
Did we do split? I assume we did split gaming,
Yes,
4 teams?
I think they did 4 or 6 teams. I think.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yep. Yeah, and especially shout out to all the refs that that worked that because sometimes the way we set up gaming is a ref will be on the field for 2 hours straight because.
Yeah, it's just goes.
Yeah, but then the nice thing is when they're off the field, we're like, all right, go take a break.
Yeah,
Take a breather for a few.
Yep. Wearing that mask for 2 hours in that game.
Yeah, but that's why I got on the nice masks.
I would love to do like an hour-long game in there.
No, you don't.
No, like just.
You don't
like
want to do an hour-long game
as
in a
event.
CQB facility.
As an event, there was that one.
Like during an event.
I think there was one game that was like 40 minutes long or something.
Yeah, I wrote that
it was
one.
during the.
Or I wrote one.
I've done.
There was one. It was like
games
what was it? It was like Battle of Berlin or something.
Yep.
And then it was the two German teams. It was the two German
I loved
teams.
that game.
And then USA and Russia on the opposing sides. Like, and I was on the German team, and it was hard.
So it was like they had this protective wall.
It was once it got like we held on hard, but like once we started dropping, there were too many dead bodies around. We were just like, what do I do? What do I do? Everyone got shot. They were not safe anywhere, no matter dead or alive. You were not safe. But it was awesome.
That's literally just what I was looking for, like to happen during that game. So
it totally happened. It was like an oh shit moment, like we're running low on mags. We have to hold out for 40 to like 45 minutes, and we're like hold out. It's like what?
So here's a problem. I can't unmute Google Chrome.
Yike-a-rone.
that is quite the issue.
So we're gonna have to just talk.
Actually, what you could do is just go to Google. Well, because do you have the stream on Google Chrome right now?
Yeah.
Just mute the videos that's playing the sound.
You know, actually, for the Leah's video, we don't really necessarily need sound. So it's okay. So this is some gameplay. I should probably actually switch to it in the stream. So this is some gameplay footage and day footage coming up from Leah's perspective on Friday, right? Or is it Saturday?
This is Friday.
This is Friday.
Which we still had a really good turnout. We had a better turnout than we did last year for Friday Night Gaming. So
yeah, everyone was super excited to play with Jet Leah, all those other guys and gals.
Yeah, people were waiting around.
Who's this other link from?
That's Jet's live action.
Okay, cool. So I think she hops in the field in just a minute. I'll probably skip a little bit ahead to that.
Everyone was there, and it was a good time. And I'm in
This
the
is,
parents'
some action gameplay right here, and then I'll pull up Jets in a moment. But I love this shot. Really, just shows all the way how different the field looks. If you guys haven't played here recently, or just haven't seen us in general,
you gotta make your way.
I should point out these action cameras are really bad at picking up light. The field isn't this dark. The field isn't super bright or anything, but it's not this dark.
Yeah, that's the one problem that you kind of run into with like no matter unless it's like
YouTube.
glaringly bright, like everything's gonna turn out dark.
I guess YouTube's not a big fan of me streaming to YouTube and playing videos off YouTube. It was stuttering.
YouTube, I'm trying to utilize you as much as possible. YouTube doesn't like us doing as much as possible with their product.
But yeah, it just goes on like this for a bit. Like I said, just
Leah using that TLR1.
you can check out her. You can check out her channel and see the full footage.
Yeah. So go to their
We
channel.
played Save Chuckles, and then no one saved me.
Aww.
Yeah,
They just-
I remember that.
It was like-
no one saved you for Save Chuckles.
P90 girl came out and was like, oh, nobody saved you. I feel bad. I was like, I feel bad too, because I'm dead or being interrogated.
My video card must be dying right now.
Sobbing vehemently.
But alright, let me pull up the other video real quick. I'll switch back to
Yeah,
this.
and then for this video, I think it would be good to highlight the before and
That's
after.
what I'm thinking.
See? Great minds think alike. Either that or we just spend too much time together.
Both are feasible.
Both are feasible. There you go.
Here is. So here we have Jet and Leah. They both filmed some live action.
Yeah, they filmed
Like they
each other.
streamed it from their.
Looks like Jet's
cameras
doing
or
with the new
phones.
Avalanche.
Of course, you got it.
Aw, he streams in 720p. Like, what is this real low resolution? Though, of course, it makes no difference to the stream because they see it at 720 anyway.
Yeah.
We'll skip to where he's actually playing. They should have a starting light because obviously phone cameras, like, if you try to take a picture of the stars, you know how well that works.
Some of the Friday Night Gaming photos were really good. Like, it's a lot of on-field photos of good stuff.
I think she got shot to hell by shooting the spotlight in people's eyes, and they were just like, target!
You see light, and you're like, oh shit, instantaneously, just like, oh shit.
But overall, pretty cool. It was. I'm glad they got some really fun.
Oh, and it's Greg right down on the down low with that
man.
PDR.
All is.
Makes me want to buy one always.
How about that gas book? I almost
like UMP.
literally. So
awesome.
me and James and our buddy Jake were running recon on the other day. Running recon on Saturday. We all played on the field for the first time.
What happened?
It must have been their stream quality.
Yeah.
We played on the field for the first time yesterday, and
It was Gumby.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
Some kid dressed up as Gumby, and I posted a photo if you didn't see it, but it was hilarious.
So yeah, it was the first time I played on the field since we made all the changes, and oh my god, it's so much fun now. And probably one of the best things is going over and switching the lights. Which if you don't know what I mean, you'll see what we're talking about in the video in a moment. It's just such a good feeling when you take a building, you go shoo, and shut down a huge amount of lighting on the field. It's just a lot of fun. But speaking of which, I was gonna say I almost bought a UMP yesterday because of such. Because I have my gun all set up and ready for Spring Offensive this Saturday. And I was like, yeah, I don't feel like retuning my gun. It takes me like 2 hours because
and then you were
I
like,
have a very specific process.
well, I see that UMP.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, I need to play, but I don't have a gun ready for indoor. And then last minute, I remembered that I have a G&G M14 EBR sitting in my closet. So,
yeah, I bet your wallet thanks you for that one, right?
Yeah, right. So I grabbed that out. It was kind of hilarious me running around with an an M14 on this field. But I think we still did some pretty fucking good work.
Oh yeah, I mean, we were outnumbered at least 2-1 the entire time we played.
Yep.
But just
I had non-sighted in iron sights.
Yeah, that's the
I
best.
didn't have any flashlights, but kind of like what Gordon went over last week. If you didn't watch that, excellent podcast, by the way. But he said communication is a force multiplier.
Yeah.
And that's what we were doing, and it worked.
And you know what I was thinking after gaming the other day, or yesterday, is in a way, it's nice having the super upgraded powerful gun. It's definitely worthwhile. But coming in and playing with a gun that's disadvantageous, it definitely made me play better than I usually would. Because usually I'd be like, I could just go to that room with this Polar Star and win.
Winning.
And this time I couldn't bet on that. So
Yeah.
it made me play way more tactfully than I usually do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of
it's
like they say if you race with a slow car, you'll be a better racer with a fast car than someone that just started with like 400 horsepower car.
Exactly. No, I agree. Absolutely.
That reminds me of the time, it was just me, Isaiah, and Trevor, and it was us three versus 20 people, and we held the entire field down. But it's like, communication, but that was cool. We were savage.
There's nothing from Greg Wong yet in terms of media, but looks like he hasn't uploaded something in a few weeks, so looks like we'll be seeing something soon.
He's been on the road.
Yeah. He was in Arizona today.
Yay!
That guy, he goes all around.
So good.
Really? You don't like Windows?
I don't like Windows 10.
Whoa!
I'll stick with Windows 7 on my main workstation.
I've heard everybody complain about Windows 10.
It's the
Windows
use
10
of
isn't
media, but
terrible.
that's not Airsoft related. So, let's
A technology podcast.
we could do that. No, let's talk about some of the changes on the field. So if you were here, you've seen them, but you may have missed a few. We want to take a good amount of time to really show you just how much has changed in really about like a month.
Yeah.
Like
it
a
was
month's time.
We
And it's
went
funny,
0 to 100.
no joke, me and James put all the lighting back to film this video, and we walked around the field, we're like, are you serious? This is how we had it? Like,
This is what we deemed as acceptable.
for a year? Like, oh my god, it is just miles better. So, I'm not going to play audio for this one because we had no sound effects before, and me and James were chatting while we filmed this. So, this one's just going to be silent audio as we talk over it. But, this is near side. Obviously, some of the structures we built are still there. We're going to tear them down to film a before video. And some of the extra lighting's still there because it's hardwired in. But for the most part, the LED lighting on the ceiling, stuff like that, no sound effects. This is pretty basic. The biggest change you will see, though, is definitely on the far side, which we'll get to in a moment. You remember the bulb was out in laundry for like 6 months?
Yep, yeah.
We fixed that. The buildings.
One of the bosses came in there like, was there always a light there? Like, yep.
One of the big things you'll notice that we just, actually I'll rewind a second too, is just how dark the interior of some of these buildings were. And you could just hide in this corner right here and no one would see you.
Yeah, you're hiding forever.
So again, things are a little more lit up here. So this is where the real change is. This is truly what it looked like, minus the gas station and signs, prior to the changes. Where the
Oh
whole...
wait, you did 2 walkthroughs?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So this is where the room was the LEDs, and the entire room is red, green, or blue.
Lit.
Yes. Actually, not
Well
lit.
lit.
Not lit.
Not very well lit.
Next is
Next is gonna be lit.
So, but yeah, and we always thought the LEDs, they were cool. They had a really fun, arcadey feel. But that's why you'll still see them on Saturdays from time to time, is get that fun run and gun arcadey feel. And then on Sundays and adult nights. When's the next adult night anyway?
It should be later on this month.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm just gonna make announce the date.
Sweet, sweet. So don't miss that.
Are you gonna be to this one finally?
Should be.
You better not miss it, man. Everyone's always missing Des at adult night.
So just how dark these rooms are. God, I hated that beforehand. And I never realized how much I hated it until we fixed it. Yeah, basically that's the walkthrough here. And then this is the fun walkthrough. This is what we are now. And God, is it a different experience.
It's much.
Let me pause this so I can get the audio going. So, I'm going to play the audio over the computer speaker so we can talk over it. So you know how I hate Windows 10? This is why. This shouldn't even on you. See what I mean?
Yeah. What?
But either way, just you can hear the sounds in the background. We also do have the game timer sounds, which we should have played, but I didn't think of. But just check out how different this is now. As we go into Moe's here, you'll hear the chatter in the background. There's audio systems all around the field that play ambient noises. So here you'll hear the chatter of a bar in the background. If we hung out in that building long enough, you might hear a couple words from Homer. Across the field, you can see the fire truck. It's just a panning shot of it all. Did you grab the spotlights on the jail?
Yes.
Okay.
I think when I was first walking, you saw
yes,
that.
there you go. Flashing light on the.
Nice and lit up in the
fire
buildings
truck.
too.
Yep, so buildings are no longer dark. On jail, we have 4 spotlights that will aim into dark corners. And actually, funny thing is, they weren't on originally on Sunday, and I was using this dark corner over here. You'll see it in a moment. I was using this dark corner over here to get long range shots and just hide in a dark corner. And I was like, oh, jail's off. So I turned it on. I went over to my dark corner to use it again. I'm like, shit. And now it's spotlighted.
This is a vault door. This thing.
Oh, so this is a vault door.
door.
This took him what, 45 minutes?
Oh yeah, he did that up in a second.
He looked it up on the computer.
So here,
that was it.
see that the light change there? One second. Let's go back a second. So see, oh no, I missed it.
Yeah. A room.
Actually, I'll go back to it. So see this light change here? There is a switch in the power station, and I'll actually tell you guys if you're watching the stream which one it is. It's the center switch on the inside of the power station. If you throw that lever, it turns on and off a couple spotlights that really change the whole feel of the field. So this spotlight right here that makes it really hard to shoot people on the far side is switched by that switch inside. Then we have mechanic shop over here, some more ambient noises.
Yep. Daddy's auto. Let's check
So-
out this one. This one's really cool.
yes.
Right, so
Daddy.
this one, I'll hop into frame. You can see the switch on the wall right here. This controls spotlights on the other side. So if you're on near side, you want to hit this switch. If you're on far side, and you see the lighting change, you want to hit the switch in the power station. So the idea is you have to get somewhat into the enemy side to give your team the advantage.
Check out this one. This one's insane.
Right, so I'll turn off the light here. You'll see it change. Change the shadow. So this will be looking, oh boom, someone hits the light. It's a lot harder to shoot anybody in the near side.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then check out this. This is the truck.
Yep, you'll hear the truck, the headlights from the truck. You'll hear it honk its horn in just a moment. It also revs its engine every once in a while. There we go, that's the truck's horn.
Soft lighting.
Express.
I love how the train station came out that soft.
Train station is awesome.
If you sit in the train station a minute, even if you're not in the train station, let's be honest, you'll hear a train go by.
You'll be like, what the?
You might hear it towards the end of this video, actually.
The
Police
police
station,
station.
tower spotlight.
With the blue line.
Yeah, of course.
Thin blue line.
We had
Some really cool things about that. We put police
Gun
uniforms
rack
in
in,
there, gun rack,
Radio tower.
all the cool stuff. But I decided I didn't want to walk up the stairs, so I turned around.
Same.
No, that's the Ross's.
You also see Top Tech Theater.
Yep.
Your boys are
You'll get, and a lot of this stuff will even get better over the next couple months as we really finish stuff up. God, this building, the gas station.
The gas station looks
Look
amazing.
at how amazing these pumps are.
The amount of work that went into this is unbelievable.
Oh yeah. Those displays are actually not digital; those are stickers.
Yeah.
We essentially handmade those stickers.
Yeah.
It was quite the process.
And then again, as I mentioned, the T-shirt cannon gun that sits in the back of the truck fires off of a Polar Star air tank and regulator. Not Polar Star regulator, but style, HPA style. Can't wait to make that thing fully functional. It'll be a sound cannon for most of the time on the field, but otherwise it'll...
Such an obnoxious sound cannon.
Oh, it's so good though. Again, you see all the lit up buildings here. You'll see Grosso's mini wieners. Oh, here comes the train.
Yep.
Wait, if you listen here in the background.
And the truck.
And the truck.
We also created one of those long buildings. We took that idea that people liked, and I put it on the field again.
Nice. So Grosso's mini wiener sign. You can hear the cash register. And you heard him ask, or get. Oh, that was good timing.
Yeah.
And a few more clearing stations at the edge of the field. Some practical stuff too.
Yep.
It wasn't all fun stuff.
But yeah, and we're sitting right here in the Parents Lounge right now.
That's us. Are we?
Yeah.
In there?
Inception mode.
But what did Alex say when he came here? He's like, "Oh, this is the podcast room."
Yeah, right.
Yes, it is.
Oh God,
That's funny that it's recognized.
The changes are wonderful and
representative.
And so do you want to talk a little bit more about the changes, and we'll talk about what's coming up soon when I come back from the bathroom.
Okay, yeah.
So you can talk about some of the stuff maybe we can see. Talk about the sound effects timer.
Okay. All right. So really cool thing about the sound effects is that if you've noticed, all these different sounds are happening at once, and the cool thing about that is they're on these loops, and it plays a loop. Actually, I realized I'm even talking about the wrong thing, but even so, the on-field, I just realized what he actually wanted me to talk about. But even so, I'll wrap this up. What's really cool is that the sounds on the field are on this loop, and the way that made them is that no sound bit plays at the exact same time. Since we flip a switch and it turns on the majority of them, they would all start playing at the same time. So he's actually gone through and made sure that's a thing. But that's actually not the thing he wanted me to talk about.
He wants to talk about the game.
Yes, yeah. So if you played here in the past 2 weeks, sorry. It's been a long day for all of us. It's always a long day for us. We're very busy humans.
Yes.
If you've played here recently, you know that you've heard some really cool sounds coming over the speaker systems, like a helicopter flying by, or like a howitzer, or howitzer, machine gun fire. You've heard stuff like that, and that is actually a creation of Dez's, and we can actually change how quickly and how frequently you hear those sounds. So we can have it so that a sound plays every 5 minutes is the max, all the way down to every 30 seconds or so, and it's randomized, right?
Yep, totally random sounds, random time interval. Just really add that ambient effect to the field. And beyond all the ambient sounds, you have helicopter flybys, all the stuff you mentioned, I'm sure already.
And it's super cool. Like before we did the sounds in the buildings, I would play intense battle music. People would go crazy. They're like, my heart was racing. Everything was going crazy.
The idea is, to really just fill your senses.
Yeah.
Really try and get you to that way your brain just wants to say, okay, I'm in somewhere intense.
I need to do something. I need to go.
Right.
Bye.
Probably my favorite story is, so I put this timer in and didn't tell any of the refs on purpose. And I wrote the original timer code, what you see when you come in, where it says time remaining, all that. And I just updated it. So it looked the same with an extra slider on the side for this the audio effects. And I didn't tell the refs about it. And they started up the timer and played the first game. And one of them was walking down the hallway, and the very first tone to play was an air raid siren. And it just goes more, and he was freaked out.
Yeah. But it's loud as hell. The loudest thing. It's so funny.
And then I came in the next day, and there's a Nerf party, and he accidentally left those on. So there's like 8-year-old kids, you know, shooting Nerf darts every time, just like, yeah, and I'm just like, oh boy, this needs to stop. Welcome to Extreme Airsoft, boys and girls. Here's your Nerf guns.
I love it. And the funny thing is they were playing like kids bop radio.
Yeah.
That's like that's
8-year-olds.
It's like that's just
It's funny.
Oh,
But God, changes to come. You know, it's your brainchild, so I'll let you talk about the jail, moving lights and all that stuff, and then I'll hit some of my ideas.
Yes, okay, so this is one thing that I've wanted to do for a very long time. I've always thought it was really cool, you know, you go up to like a jail, like when there's like a prison breakout, imagine this scene, right? And there's a barbed fence everywhere. They turn on all their spotlights at once and they're panning around the area. So this project that I'm working on is I still need to finish it, drawing it all up in CAD, because it is a little engineering intensive, and then also it's time intensive, something that you know, we're all short on.
Right.
And so essentially what it's going to do is you notice that when you flip these switches, right, to control the field, that was the original idea behind it, is like you want to...
Well, the funny thing, originally, this was designed for a game type.
Yes.
And then we said, wait, this should just always be a thing.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And so then, you know, it was really just a game type to turn on these lights, and then I was thinking, well, think about like Call of Duty, no, actually not Call of Duty, a Battlefield is really great.
Dynamic.
Yeah, you go into a random room in Battlefield, and sometimes there's like a press key to turn on lights. You turn it on, and like the whole light will turn on or off. And I've always thought, like, geez.
Show me a field that has dynamic lighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Dynamic
That you could do that, and they call that levolution in Battlefield.
Okay.
That's essentially what this is. You know, press a button, detonate something, breaks a bridge. We can't do that, so we add light. That's that extra layer of
lights and sounds.
Yeah, it's that extra level of play that isn't even physical. So it's something very cool. So anyway, getting back to
it's
jail.
spiritual, man.
Yeah, man. You just
physical.
Yeah, you just feel it. You know,
You
it's
feel
one
it
of
in
those
your
things,
bones,
man. You know. But anyways, so we have those switches that we flip on and off, and if you notice in jail there's a switch, but it doesn't do anything yet. So what it's going to do is you flip that switch, the lights go on, and then all these lights will start oscillating at about 120-degree angles. And it'll just be really cool. It really won't add that much of a tactical advantage. But just imagine that, like the lights off, you saw that video of us walking through, you flip that light and then everything, it's like, and I think we're also going to have a sound to play, like a siren. Like,
well, so I was going to say, the next thing is these dynamic lightings we're adding, they're all in buildings that have sounds. So soon, when you hit the switch, not only is it going to change the lighting, it's going to have an added sound effect with it. So when you turn off the power plant, you hear it go and shut down. And when you hit the jail and you turn on the spotlights, it'll be like one of the prison break alarms going off, and everything will start going, and just God, it'll make things so much more interesting.
Hell yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So that's one of the other cool things we're gonna be adding. So stay tuned for that, because we have everything. I just need to finish making it, and once it's there, we're gonna do a whole cool video on it. It's gonna be awesome. Expect it very soon, guys. Very soon.
Yeah, and then on the same token, speaking of dynamic lighting, this is a system I'm personally working on right now. Is if you guys remember, we used to have the little target shooting system in the shooting booth, and if you guys also remember, it rarely worked.
Yes.
So what we're doing is taking those targets and putting them in a lot of the buildings that have internal lighting. And the target's going to be mounted not right next to the light, but in a corner of the building. And if you shoot that target, it'll shut down the lighting in that room for, I haven't decided the time interval, probably 60 seconds, maybe 75 seconds, slightly longer than respawn.
Yep.
And it'll click back on after. But that way you can quote unquote shoot out the lights as you go through the field. So if you're like, oh, I'm going into that building, but the spotlight's going to give me away. You place that shot just right and you hit the target, light shut down, you can enter the building, move through it. Or you want to be like, oh, I want someone to think that there's someone in that building and shut down the lights in a different building from across the way. The targets will be inside, so you're going to have to aim some, make some really nice shots to make it happen. But or even if you're in a building,
that'll be a real test to see if your sight is actually as accurate as you say it.
Right? Or even if you're in a building and you're like, damn, the spotlight's giving me away, just be like, just find the target, pop it, light goes off, and now you can make better moves. So it'll probably be like 60-second time intervals. That isn't decided, but that system should be implemented possibly this upcoming week. No, not this upcoming weekend. I love justice. Possibly next weekend. because I'm basically, I have all this equipment, I'm building it right now. It'll probably only be one building for now so we can test durability, just as we did with the train station sound-wise last month. But then after that, yeah, hopefully a lot more. And then the vault. I have to talk about the vault because it's one of my favorite ideas.
Okay.
I've been talking about this for months, or years I should say. So we have the bank vault on the field. This one will be game oriented rather than regular field oriented, but just an idea of an upcoming game is that I'm going to have the vault possibly be, it's going to be electronically locked, and you're going to have to bring a very specific, probably phone-sized module to it and hold it against the door in a specific spot for 60 seconds while this game's going on. It's like a hacking module. And if you hold it there for long enough, the door will electronically unlock and swing open, and you have to steal the items out of the vault and bring it back to the spawn. And
cool.
I think that'll just be a really fun, interactive game to play. And you'll be able to shoot out the lights in that room at the same time, and just a really, really dynamic game.
Hell yeah.
And if you guys have suggestions for really sweet dynamic games like that, throw them in the comments, and throw them in the comments, throw them in our suggestion box, because what you think might be too crazy to do, we might be able to figure out a way. I mean, me and James were talking about having doors that you can unlock and unlock on the field as you go. Probably won't happen because of safety issues, but things like that, like destructible walls, we've discussed ways to do it. It's probably not going to happen for a while.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing, since I've been in engineering and been hanging out with Des, because originally I've always thought, how cool would it be if you can change things on the field just by pushing a button? How crazy would that be? Geez, that would be awesome. And then one time I was brainstorming with Des, and he's like, what are you talking about? How cool would that be? We can literally do that.
Right.
That's honestly the easiest thing in the world, and I'm just like, what? What do you mean that's easy? And then sure enough, after a very quick 10-minute little crash course on whatever the heck we were talking about, I'm like, wow, this isn't that bad at all.
Right.
And so if you guys want to see something really cool, just shoot us an idea.
Let us know, yeah.
And we might be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to catch up on the YouTube.
I was going to say, any comments on YouTube, Facebook about the event, or any of this in general? And
Did you talk about Chris with Polar Star? Chris's comment? How Polar Star, he bought an MRS regulator that day, brought it out to the guys at Polar Star, they just replaced it for free.
It was probably the same issue we were with the
yeah. Yes.
And then let's see. So someone said they really like the new setup. Kaiser Sazel, whatever your name is. So he really likes the new setup, but the only issue is there's a lot of lights on far side near the corners. And I would give you the reason why there is that, but but Charles Burke, he actually already gave the reason, and he replied to me and said that is intentional. The way that it is that way to force you to adjust your gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And we do that on purpose. Yeah, we're going to shine a light in a corner that you guys like to sit in.
Yeah,
because we know that if we leave it dark, you're just going to sit there and it's going to become overpowered.
And let's be honest, how everyone hates. I don't know anyone who's like, oh, okay. When you go into a room and you clear the room and there's just a guy heading in the corner, go safety kill the second you walk in. And the only reason he's able to do that is because of how dark the room is. No one likes when that happens. Now I get it. It's cheap. I mean, on the same token, I get that's how people, when they start playing, it's very comfortable to do that. We want to make it both more accessible and more convincing to have people move forward when they start playing. Because trust me, you will have a more fun time being aggressive than you will sitting in the corner.
Oh yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole why we don't hate speed softing, because it is just aggressive play. I respect it's aggressive play. It's again the whole attitude thing. Be aggressive. That's what indoor is perfect for.
Yeah, you got to be up in somebody's face.
That's what it's perfect for.
It's CQB. It's close quarters battle. If you don't want to engage somebody up in the face,
a useless soldier. I mean, really though.
Yeah, no.
You want to like that? If you just and it's hard. It took me a very long time to finally get over that comfort level of running into a door knowing that I'm going to quote unquote die.
Right.
It takes a lot of balls, and that's
it takes time.
You guys idolize the SEALs, right? They do that every single day. They enter a door, they don't know what's behind it. The nice thing is you can actually see what's inside the buildings. In the real world, you don't get to see what's on the other side of that door. You pick open a door, there could be 3 guns trained on it.
Right.
You just don't know.
That's like the other day or yesterday when me and Jake were playing. There's one point we were going from the gas station into the power station, going around that corner, and I was like,
my computer just does this.
and I was like, okay, I go to Jake, I'm like 99.9% chance I'm gonna die going around this corner. But when I do, just walk in the door right behind me and tag out the guy and be like, I'll be dead, I'll steps aside, you tag out the guy that tagged me, and we'll be good to go.
That's how breaching's supposed to work.
With your
Yeah.
computer
That's
just
like
straight
101.
up.
I don't know. It's just
Sure.
like the screen stopped working.
That's what you gotta do. You walk in the doorway, because if you stand there, the guy walks into behind you, you're dead.
Yeah, you do.
He's like, because if Death stopped at the door, he's like, oh, I'm shot, oh, I'm hit. Hopefully, Jake would be like, smart enough to be like, oh, I'm gonna. It's a wall that would be Death. So.
Right.
roll out of the way. You're hit. Don't stand in the doorway.
Disc, yeah.
Especially if there's
God.
like a 6-man stack behind you. Please don't stop in the doorway.
Oh my god, I hate that.
That happened once. I think that was Breaking Bad 2 in the first breach. Like when we breached the first building, they were just too well dug in, and we all just got shot up. We all just died in the first. We were just like, oh, well, shit, that happened.
Oh god, you're confused.
Yeah, my computer just
Died.
bugged out.
You need a new computer.
Windows
Yeah.
10.
It's Windows 10 definitely is.
Microsoft's gonna.
Well, I finally installed that creators update that they've been bugging me about.
Oh no.
And now this stuff happens. It
Right.
wasn't before. What's up with that, Bill Gates? Huh?
I'm sure Bill Gates is watching this and is like, I'm gonna message James right now. He sounds really angry. Bill
Yeah.
Gates, I'm Bill Gates.
Yeah, send me a small gift of $1 million. Billy.
Side.
Billy
Billy.
Bucks. I need some Billy Bucks, Mr. Gates. Fantastic. Alright, but yeah, got a lot of cool things
But
that have happened
I was
or
gonna
are
ask you,
happening.
do you see anything on chat?
Oh no, I didn't see anything. I was just laughing at some of the stuff. Just you guys are just funny. Ryan's just some of the stuff he says. He's just tearing it up, and I'm just like ripperoni. Like that kid that lost his pistol today.
Oh no, that sucks.
Yeah, he left it. Like
Did you leave it on the field?
he left it on the field.
I'm sorry.
Like
that sucks,
okay,
but
like Isaiah put it best when we were talking about it. Isaiah was talking to some of us, and he was like, "What would you do? Would you leave the keys? Would you leave your car unlocked in a really bad part of town
with the keys on the hood.
with the keys?"
Well,
like
we're not
in-
a bad part of town, to be fair.
Well,
but
yeah, but like, why would you leave your keys in your
Anywhere.
car unlocked in a very accessible place?
So the same person that was mentioning the whole dark side of the field, he's a good point. We should save the vault for St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
That would be a very good
That'd be a good
idea.
reveal. So also to answer your question about the, saying the flip side of the dark room calling the safety kill is being backlit when entering the same room. With the whole lit up rooms now, you shouldn't be backlit anymore. Or do you mean backlit to people outside the room? In that case, again, if you look closely, we're not going to tell you exactly where they are, but me and James did engineer into some fairly dark hallways and passages through the field.
Yes, there
Into
are still
the
those
lighting.
dark corners.
Into the lighting design, we left dark areas for those players who like to hit that
Me.
kind of stuff.
I
mean, also me.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is while we're doing the lighting, so the point being is if you look closely, you'll find them, and I think you'll be able to exploit them. So the funny thing is, while me and James were doing this whole field layout, with lighting, I should say, is we kept having this argument/discussion of he's like, I don't want to cover up that. I don't want to light up that corner. I always use it. I'm like, right, you always exploit it, and we want to stop people exploiting it. You say you love it dark because it gives you such an advantage.
Well, yeah.
But
It's an advantage and a disadvantage, bro.
there is a balance back and forth between leaving some of those, and yeah, it makes things interesting.
Yo, Hop Up is lit, okay? There's just about somebody that's always willing
More
to trade or
stations.
sell something for your crap, and you'll find some sweet deals on there. So, I found some sweet deals.
area.
Yeah,
It's been a
unfortunately, that
good
would be
resource
less
for me.
useful than that.
I've been able to sell off some of the stuff that I didn't think I'd get to sell. That you're just like, oh, no one's gonna buy this. But then when I put up my MP9, I'm like, probably not. And 5 people are like, bing, 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 and you can, people can have vouchers and stuff, and you post up. It's really cool. So it's a useful resource. So if you're looking to offload stuff and you actually want money for it, that's a good option.
Yeah, and the next thing,
Since
like,
it's illegal
yeah,
on Facebook.
You come in here, you don't see anything you really like off the used wall, go to Hop Up. If you're looking for used stuff, really great app for that.
And you can tell people, or people will tell you whether they're willing to ship, whether they'll do trades, how far away they are. Not like their address, but like in miles. They'll be like, okay, so they're 2,000 miles away. So they're, on the other side of the country. Or like 100 miles away. So I was like, oh man, they close. But they close AF. They're in the area. So that's just a cool resource. So to my boy Dom, yes, it's a good resource. Use it. More people should be using it. I feel like it's, I don't know.
Also, and to address Ben's comment about more areas, I assume by more areas into the other side, what you mean is on the field, or do you, I assume?
I guess so, but even still, the way that our facility is set up is that if we were to add more space that isn't field space...
No, what I mean is I think he means in the field having that U between near and far side.
Oh, okay.
Unless he means put a doorway from
more
the new
staging
staging
to
area
get
into
to
the
the
store,
other
in which case I would say...
Or maybe other side,
That would be
like...
cool, yeah.
Actually, wait. I'll tell you about it after
Well,
the stream.
maybe he means more... Yeah, maybe he is... Oh, okay.
In that case, but if you're talking about the U and the base of the... So yeah, let us know what you're talking about, because I know you're still watching.
Define parameters.
But if you're talking about that, and then with the two big doorways we have, as well as the car wash, and I'm going to start trying to call it the car wash as much as possible, even though we call it the tower, the church, the loading dock, and all
We
those
put
different
just about anything.
It has a sign now. It is the car wash.
More to come.
Right. But we're also going to be naming, I'll talk about that in a second. Either way, unfortunately, that is a load-bearing wall. We've talked about this in a few podcasts. It's a load-bearing wall. We can't cut too many holes in it. Otherwise, we'll have no field, or it'll be an outdoor field suddenly. So that's one of the other things we're adding is...
Yeah, there you go. So we just
right. So one of the things we'll be adding are signs on all of these movable buildings. If you notice, a lot of the games, it tends to be like, get the ball into the third red building on the right before you get to the jail. And it's like, that's a little confusing. Yeah. So we're going to be adding theming to all these, it might just be signs to start with, but future theming to all these buildings, the post office, the pizza stand, the bus stop. And now it's going to be, get the bomb to the bus station kind of thing. It's going to be a little more interactive. You have to search things out. What's this? Corner of the train station is OP. You have to clear shot all the way down the hallway when you peek through the door. Must have. See, the funny thing is from there in that game mode with the gas card. I'm not sure I know
I
exactly
think he means like the gas.
Oh, they did a new game mode today. They did the one. I think that's what he's talking about. But they've been experimenting with a bunch of new game modes, which you'll see on some days. They did. I think it's Payload, based on Team Fortress 2, where you have to put up the flags on the field. Once you put up the flag, then you can move the cart past that area. To get it to wherever you have to.
Cool.
I think you had to get. They said you had to get to the gas station, which works out because the last flag is right there.
So, actually, quick question: which corner of the train station are you talking about?
Back corner?
Like the back corner, the front corner, or like the U? If you're talking about the back corner, we might actually put like a teller station there, so you can't access that window anymore. Remember we were talking about that? Like ticket stands? So I do agree with you on this one, and definitely props for getting all the way into the train station from near. From near side. That's cool.
Yeah. OP.
But then you could argue the same about when you get into laundromat. Laundromat's pretty OP.
Yeah.
Laundromat from
like
any
the double
position.
windows of Market.
Yeah,
that's real.
You can get anybody from
And the funny
any
thing
angle.
is, we designed Market. We tried to design Market to be near side OP. Like if you're on near side. No, sorry. No, I'm not
There's
saying.
no advantage to near
No.
side.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
We did design it to be far side OP because this was before the full extension existed. The idea being we want to make it easy for far side to move into the market.
Yeah.
So yeah, the OP-ness
Because they
was
used to
actually
suck.
designed into that building.
Actually, Kaiser Oswald, whatever, dude, explain
Kaiser
to me how...
Sazi.
Sazi?
You know, I actually.
Sazi. Oh, there's an IE. Okay, that makes more sense. But to the PUBG game, actually, I watched a Norfridge video. Have you
Really?
seen this
No,
Norfridge
I
video?
haven't.
So they actually, because you're really trusting people with your stuff.
So I would do it different. I would do like a
no.
ticket system kind of thing.
A
I
ticket
trust no
system?
one.
where what's the best way to say it? So Dan Cozy actually ran a game here a while back, years and years ago, and instead of finding objects, you would find little bags of ammo, and it'd be the only way to you'd like find a speed loader full of ammo, and you can load up your magazine. So it kind of that way you can use your own gun, but you're extremely limited shot wise.
Ooh, a Lamau.
That's not a bad idea.
That's pretty
Because
cool.
unfortunately, yeah, you can't let people. It's
Yeah.
just an unfortunate reality for
Yeah.
more people.
So to answer your question, why we can't do a PUBG game mode is, I mean, like if we bought, because we could have just put like our rentals on the
No,
game.
we do the zombie type games during October, and that's what we do. We put spring pistols and shotguns around the field, and you have to find them to defend yourself. We had done that in the past, so like, it's not quite there. You'd have to limit it to like it'd have to be like a spring night, but you could probably do it with something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Spring to make it super challenging and difficult.
Yeah, and a little less. That way, if someone's like, "Ha, I found an M4," and just wrecks the field.
Yeah.
The first person to find something fully automatic would just own the game.
Just buy a Condor battle though. Done. It
Or
has
high
everything
speed
you
gear.
need, and they come in like a bunch of. They come in large, medium, small, so you have everything you need. And if smalls, don't you have a battle belt? That's a good battle belt.
What's a good battle? Oh, you've seen.
Yeah. It's like, what am I battle? Their Condor
HSGI
ones are
makes a
good.
good battle belt. Condor is
that's
a good
true.
cheap one.
HSGI if you want super high quality.
Yeah, HSGI. If you're down to spend money on quality,
Or just get a play carrier.
Yeah, or just do that.
Get a JPC.
Bro.
Low profile, high speed.
High speed, low
High speed,
drag.
low
Have
drag!
you seen that video with the guy? He has like 2 or 3 safety glasses on.
I don't think
He's
so.
like, high speed, low jack. Nah, Facebook's kind of quiet.
Okay.
Well, it's quiet on the
It's
Facebook.
freaking primary.
You know what the funny thing is when we played yesterday, I went back to the days of playing with a battle belt and a gun, and that's it.
It's
And
late, right?
do I miss those days? Let me tell you.
I wish
There was-
I wouldn't miss them.
There was something.
There's
There's something so fun about just and not really not caring, running around with just that. I mean, there's something a lot more fun about having all that upgraded gear too. Don't get me wrong, but like, I kind of enjoyed it. It was cool, and maybe the field helps too, but it was cool.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun playing yesterday. I'm very excited for next weekend. Finally, first time playing BB guns in forever.
Right, God.
I
Yeah, no.
haven't played here in like, it has to have been at least like a month and a half, 2 months. I haven't played like
Were you
since
working
like the
Sunday?
camps. I was working
Oh.
Sunday.
Just holding it down.
I debated
Sure.
whether or not I'd come in to play early, but I just couldn't get the effort.
Right, no, I hear you. I totally hear you.
Maybe this weekend. I don't know. Probably not. It's gonna be
Well, we're doing adult night soon.
crazy. Ooh.
So, and a couple of the guys that I roll with, the recon guys recruit for, I was talking with Alex today, and he wants to try and get a few of them down. So maybe we can do, and maybe we can get Cobalt. Actually, we could get them and Cobalt Pat down at the same day.
That would be pretty awesome.
That would be awesome.
Just to like,
It'd be a good day.
we're
It'd be a very
thinking,
good
just so
day.
you guys know. Well, I don't know. I guess I could just put it out there. We're trying to plan out a swap meet, another one.
Nice.
Another one. So we're thinking September 23rd. So that is.
Do it every stream.
Every stream.
Come on. So
Damn butt.
stay tuned. We're just waiting on confirmation because we're planning on doing it outside. Because hopefully by end of September it won't be too bad. Do it outside in the dirt lot. But if not, we just need to confirm that we get the space for inside.
We would let. We'll check that out. So Ben suggests we look up the Speed QB MB belts. We'll check
I mean,
it out,
they're
see if it's
expensive.
worthwhile.
Like, aren't they like $100 for like a battle
Well,
belt?
to be
Like,
fair, HSG stuff is like,
that stuff's really pricey.
Yeah.
But at least
I mean,
it's
at least you're getting
HSG.
quality.
Brand.
At least I know HSG.
Hey, it might be.
Warranty is like.
It might be worthwhile. We might
That's
as well
true.
look at it.
It may
Perhaps.
Maybe. But like I said, let us know, guys, what your favorite part of the field is and what you'd like to see changed. And definitely the lighting advice you gave during the stream will definitely be looked into. You're not, like I said, you're not wrong about that part of the train station being OP, but there are counter ones on your side, to be fair.
What's up, Jesse? I'll be home soon.
Not gonna let
He's
them.
watching. Yeah, no, I'm stuck here. But yeah, no, we'll definitely take some of that stuff into consideration. I mean, the nice thing is we actually read these comments. That's why my computer exists.
Yep.
And if you guys ever want to see things, tell us, and if we change it, then you can be like, yeah,
Guys,
that was
we have a suggestion box. We look at it. Well, I look at it like at the end of every gaming day. So
Don't bother telling James directly. He forgets stuff like 8 seconds later.
Yeah,
You
don't
just
tell.
Write it down.
He doesn't even argue.
Write it down. Any of the good
You don't
ones.
know how many, like, it's just like, it's like stuffing like a bottle like full of coins. It's already full of coins. It just falls out. People will say something to me.
It's like the full trash can where you just drop something
Yeah,
on
you're just
top.
like,
of it.
put it falls
Yeah,
off.
no,
Falls
for real.
off the
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
you just
then
put it on
it's
top.
brain is
You
like
put it
a
on
trash
top,
can.
it sits there for a second, then eventually gravity's like, no.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like, people will tell me something that's probably very important. I'm like, dude, send it to
Write
me
it
as a
down.
message.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Send it to me as a message,
I will not remember.
and I'll definitely forget to respond, but I'll at least have it.
Any of the
That
good
is
ones,
True.
any good
True.
suggestions I take to, I point around, so
Yeah.
make sure you actually use it. It's in staging, so like, it's right at the ref shop, so you can be like, hey refs, don't bother them with all your suggestions, okay? Don't be like, hey ref, do you know
They're
what would
busy.
be
They might
great?
forget to relay it all the same. So.
Exactly.
I'm a busy guy.
They might not forget. They're like, hey, I gotta do stuff,
Right.
Like just like that.
Just like that.
But yeah, I think with that, we'll end a little bit early today, wrap things up.
Yes.
It's a late stream. We all have things to do tonight.
Uh,
We'll make it up to. Actually, no. We already made it up to you last week when we had a freaking
Yeah,
last
week
two
was
and a
like
half,
two-
2 hour, 15-minute stream.
So-
That was a great stream.
It was
though.
so.
you guys got your blood. So.
Is if you're going to Autumn Justice, watch that stream. We'll definitely reveal some cool stuff during it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Really cool guy. Once again, if you guys didn't watch last week, definitely check out that. Thank you again, Cobalt, for coming down.
Yep.
But last week, more importantly, thank you to everyone once again that came out to the event. I'm not going to rattle off everyone with their names and all that
Crazy
stuff,
Eight
don't worry
was
about that.
definitely
But
crazy.
thank you guys, because
Thank you
we
for
said
coming. Thank you for supporting.
we said it was going to be crazy, but you guys made it crazy.
Yes.
Yeah,
So that's
you
what's
guys
awesome. Oh, thank you to the
answered that
DJ that came out too, DJ'd all day.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah. So we had a DJ on the porch
I
playing
forgot.
music for the party.
Hell yeah.
People were driving by and they're like,
What?
"What
They're like,
is
"What?"
this?"
They're like, is this a party?
Oh.
Yes, no.
You know who we forgot to thank? The most important people to thank. I'm sure there was police officers there helping stuff out.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were directing traffic.
Yep.
Some boys.
Yes. Yep. So the
Did Schofield make it?
Schofield Sun was there, but I know that there was a fire marshal there because
Awesome.
as per code, and also thank you for the South Kingston Police Department for coming out. The guy stood out all day.
First call I ever got.
He was directing traffic. Also, thank you to the bus service that we hired.
Yeah, that was-
yes.
See, that was like awesome. I don't know how it was. Good feedback was good, but like it was great on our end because it kept it from like getting way too crowded. Like it was like the bus would
It
fill
was
up.
a nice
Actually,
buffer. Yeah.
On that
20
note,
minutes.
let us know what you thought about the bus service. Did you like it? Did you hate it?
Yeah.
Everyone I talked to said the bus driver was very nice. He was waiting right there.
Yeah.
Once they got on, he saw no one else was around, drove and
The
went
only
out.
person.
Cool.
Very professional.
The only like critique that I had of that was some dude who wasn't at the event. He was like, this seems like a really bad idea. I was like, well, it worked out really like awesome for us. So I mean, you weren't
if
there, so you can't really
trust me. If you've been here in the past, you know the parking situation get very, very tight. This was us trying to alleviate that issue.
That too, yeah. So it was just a nice in line. It kept moving. So that if you guys had to do something in the store, like buy stuff, it kept it kind of in waves, so that it wasn't like just forever. So
Right.
then you'd have to wait an hour in the store for somebody to be like, I just needed that gun or a mag. And be like,
Right,
oh, okay,
right.
then here you go.
Are we gonna finally have 2 registers next year? Maybe?
Hey man.
Actually, how did pre-registration work out?
Pre-registered, easiest
We had,
thing.
like, it was
if
nice.
If you were pre-registered, the first 20 people that pre-registered, like from date to pre-registered,
Yep.
they got a T-shirt and a patch. And also, first 20 people that walked in first 10 people that walked in normal line got a T-shirt. 20 people got a patch. So we gave out 40 free patches that day. But to directly answer your question, if you were pre-registered, we started checking people in early outside the door, and then we were like, you know what, the line's pretty long. If you pre-registered, you can head on in. And pre-registered, they got to walk in 15 minutes early, set up all their stuff just on
Get
time.
ready to go.
There was no line.
Not only did they save $5,
They saved like 30
saved
minutes.
all the
The thing is, I was like, it felt like it wasn't that busy because
We had to have like
15 minutes into doors open, there was no line at the front counter.
Yeah.
And we're just like,
it was a relief. We
I
were
was panicked for a moment.
I was like, are
the
we
stage
not
was
busy?
packed.
Right,
The stage
right.
was packed, and we're just like, there's no line.
Yeah, we
There's
had
no
like
line.
we had to have had like at least 90, if not 100, like players. Because even on the list, we had like
There was about 100
missed one or
people
two, like
pre-registered.
100 pre-registered players.
About 100 people.
So out of
Thank
160,
you, guys.
that's freaking awesome.
Thank
so,
you guys. That is what I like to hear.
I mean, you guys like saving money and.
Yeah, remember I said we were gonna end the stream like 5 minutes ago, but
It's all good. Alright, bye.
yeah, no. Do we have our Halloween event posted yet? And if
Um,
not,
It's gonna be posted this week.
Yes.
It's
we just need to finish theming it and everything.
yeah.
Hey man.
It's
we're-
gonna
we
be
should
posted.
great.
We
It's
have
gonna
it put
be-
together. We're
great.
we're just putting together a flyer right now.
what's our name gonna be for our crazy event next year? It's gonna be like 9 lives or something.
9
9 lives you can't kill us.
Yeah, can't kill us for real.
See,
Yeah, no,
see me.
for real. Yeah,
And it's a
that's
Compton
good one.
Compton. Oh, probably not bad.
Yeah, we'll be gangsters like
Just
teardrops in our eyes.
One last thing. Thursday's video. What is it?
Thursday's video, we're doing a CQB loadout. So that's this Thursday's
cool.
video.
So Speedsoft setup then?
I don't like a CQB loadout. Like people
Well,
are like
you know-
speed sim, and I'm just like, that's just a CQB loadout. I don't
With
I
a
don't
full
get
face
that.
mask.
With
Yeah.
like,
'Cause I like
that's
teeth.
What you would do.
I like teeth. Teeth are good.
People say speed. They're like, oh, that means it's speed sim. What? Or mill
Speed
speed?
soft
Like
versus mill
that
speed.
doesn't. It doesn't make sense.
Well,
like
actually,
it's just playing aggressively as if you're a mill sim
So,
player.
funny thing is, Ben mentioning the Speedsoft Milsim event, first Milsim event, we kind of accidentally had that about a year back, where one team was comprised almost entirely of kids who enjoy
Oh,
playing
which
like
one was that?
Speedsoft style, and then the other team was made up mostly of Milsim type players, and it was the funniest thing. The Speedsofters definitely had more control of the field,
But they lost every
But
game.
but they lost every game because the Milsim players were playing the objective.
Yes.
It
PTFO.
was- so it kind of already did happen, and the turnout was, I actually found it a very amusing turnout.
Yeah.
But it's a CQB loadout. It's supposed to be high speed, low drag. Like people say speed sim, it's like, dude, it's I don't know. It's
CQ,
Mil-
Speedsoft,
Mil-
Milsim, BZQ.
It's like it's a
more.
CQB loadout. It's like a mill. It might be. It's more, I guess, Milsim based, but it's more about high speed. We're not going to define it. We're just going to say CQB loadout. This is what we're going to rock. Okay, so that'll be up hopefully this Thursday.
Yeah, tune
And
in.
then-
Sorry there hasn't been Thursday videos this last
Yeah,
week. We've been a
it's
little
been-
busy with something.
Yes.
What was it?
The biggest event all year. So we'll get you up this week though.
Yes. So tune in for that. Be ready. And with that, thank you very much for tuning in, guys.
Thanks, guys.
We love doing this every week. Hopefully you love listening. We'll see you next week with... We're probably not going to do an AAR next week for Autumn Justice because we'll all be still exhausted from it.
That'd be good though. That
Yeah,
might
but
be a better
we
idea.
like doing we usually do the week after an event.
Yeah.
Not the day after an event.
Yeah.
So we can kind of absorb.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, when I come home from these big events,
You're just
I don't
very-
want to talk about them.
No.
Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to absorb them before I
Yeah.
talk about them.
So
So,
you want to take
Don't
some
talk to
time.
me.
so next week, do we have a topic for next week? If not, we'll figure it out. We always come up with some good. Again, as always, if you have any suggestions, let us know. We'll probably take them. So,
Yeah.
and anything you want to hear about, we can even revisit stuff we talked about in past streams. Stuff has changed. But that was, there's our hour-and-a-half stream. We actually ended up cutting it short.
Dang.
So, once again, thank you very much for joining, guys. We will see you next
Well, you
week.
guys too.
See you
And,
this weekend, hopefully,
hit us-
either at UBG
I was gonna say,
or here at Extreme.
if you're playing at Autumn Justice, come find us, come say hi.
Good luck finding us.
Yeah, right? We're
Recon.
playing Recon. Might see the front of our barrels.
Yeah, right?
But, yeah. Later.
See you guys.